This is the podcast to improve your English listening skills while learning something new in English. Every episode, we bring you interesting topics in simple and clear English, so you can listen, learn, and grow. So, sit back, relax, and let's get started.
All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive with us.
Yeah.
Today, we are talking about something I think that everyone thinks about pretty much all the time. I know I do.
Right.
And that is the link between happiness and wealth.
For sure.
So, we got a cool document here all about it. I think we're going to find some interesting stuff in here.
Yeah.
I think we all kind of maybe have heard the phrase, money can't buy you happiness, but
Right.
I feel like we all kind of think like, maybe it could buy me a little bit of happiness.
Yeah, for sure. Like it can reduce stress, having financial security, right?
Yeah.
Having some options, not having to worry about where your next meal is coming from.
Right, exactly.
That brings some peace of mind.
Totally. Like, I feel like I've definitely daydreamed about winning the lottery and what I would spend it on and how happy I would be,
Yeah.
But the document actually makes this point about, kind of the limits of wealth when it comes to happiness.
Yeah, it talks about the idea of diminishing returns, which basically means, like the more you have of something, the less impact each additional unit has.
Right.
So economists use it to talk about, production, but it applies to happiness too.
Yeah.
Studies have shown that beyond an income of about $75,000 a year,
Wow. Okay.
additional wealth has a surprisingly small impact on day-to-day happiness levels.
So there's a point where more money doesn't actually equal more happiness.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild.
It's interesting.
But why is that? Like, why do you think that is?
Well, it has to do with something called hedonic adaptation.
Okay.
And that basically means we as humans adapt to things really quickly. So whether it's a new car or a bigger house or whatever it is, you get used to it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And that initial thrill fades and your happiness level returns to its baseline.
So like you kind of get used to your circumstances and whatever that new thing was that you thought would make you so happy.
Yeah.
You just kind of like, it's just part of your life now.
Exactly. It's like the first time you taste chocolate versus how you feel about chocolate now.
Oh, that's a good analogy.
Yeah, you're probably not as excited about it now.
Definitely not.
But the document gives this example of, a person living in a village with this close-knit community.
Okay.
And their income might be modest, but they find a lot of joy in connecting with their family and friends, working in their garden.
Right.
Enjoying the simple things.
Yeah.
Simple pleasures in life.
Like you're saying, it's about the quality of your experiences, not just how much money you have.
Right.
But it is easy to fall into that trap of thinking like, oh, if I just had more money, then I could finally relax and, travel the world and be happy.
Yeah, for sure. And the document contrasts that with, a successful entrepreneur.
Okay.
Someone who's worked really hard, maybe they've achieved financial success, but they feel this pressure to maintain their lifestyle.
Oh, right.
Maybe they're isolated because of their wealth. Or maybe they've just kind of gotten lost in the hustle of it all.
It's like they worked so hard to get to the top of the mountain, and then they get there and they're like, this isn't what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, and that kind of brings us to another point, which is, spending money on experiences.
Okay.
Like traveling, or trying new things, or even a nice dinner with friends.
Yeah.
That tends to lead to more lasting happiness.
Right.
Than just buying material possessions.
I feel like there's even a lot of research that backs that up.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, spending money on experiences leads to memories.
Yeah.
That you can think back on, that you can share with other people.
Exactly.
And they contribute to like who you are as a person more than just buying like a new gadget.
Right. It's about investing in your personal growth and expanding your horizons.
Yeah.
Creating stories that enrich your life.
Right.
And those things stay with you long after that thrill of buying something new has faded.
Totally. Yeah.
For sure.
So we've talked about how wealth kind of has diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Like, at a certain point, more money doesn't really make you that much happier. And material things don't bring lasting happiness.
Right.
So what does this document say about how to actually find true happiness?
Well, it talks a lot about the things that you can cultivate regardless of your income level.
Okay.
So things like meaningful relationships, good physical and mental health.
Yeah.
Having a sense of gratitude for the things you have.
Okay.
And like we talked about before, those life experiences that shape you and help you connect to something larger than yourself.
So it's kind of about building a life that is rich with connection and purpose.
Yeah.
And, just appreciating the little things.
Exactly.
Right.
It's not about denying the role that money plays in our lives.
Right.
But it's about understanding the limitations and focusing on the things that really matter.
I love that. Well, I think this has been a really great discussion, and maybe the recipe for happiness is a little more complicated than we thought.
Yeah.
But before we go, I want to leave you with a question to think about.
Okay.
If money were no object, what experiences would bring you the most joy?
That's a good question.
Yeah, something to think about.
For sure.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we will see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.